Hi, I'm Kendra Springer, a Principal Group Product Manager for Copilot Studio. Welcome to this session on Agent Cost Controls. We will begin with an introduction to cost controls. Then we'll walk you through the cost control product experience in Microsoft 365 Admin Center, Power Platform Admin Center, and end with a demo of the Agent Usage Estimator. The goal of this session is to help drive clarity. We want you to walk away from this session understanding three simple questions. First, what are agent cost controls and why do they matter? Second, where to find agent cost controls? And lastly, how to activate agent cost controls. AI is transforming the way we do business, from every individual's to every single business process across every organization and every industry. The way that Microsoft is empowering organizations to do this is with Copilot for every employee and agents for every business process. And this seems pretty simple, right? But if you start to think about all of those agents and the emergence of multi-agent orchestration, we need to also implement an effective agent cost management strategy. Agents, unlike Microsoft 365 Copilot, which charges flat per user rate, use a consumptive billing model with both prepaid message packs and pay-go meters. To set some context, Copilot Control System is Microsoft's commitment to enabling IT to drive AI transformation with Copilot and agents. It's built on three pillars, namely security and governance, management controls, and measurement and reporting. As part of management controls, cost controls in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center and Power Platform Admin Center play a key role in ensuring your organization has the tools to effectively monitor and understand agent usage, while managing and even controlling agent costs. To help IT admins effectively control costs for agents, we will cover three critical elements to control costs. First, the ability to track costs and monitor consumption patterns. Second, the ability to manage costs with cross-charging, departmental billing, and enforcement of overages. And lastly, the ability to estimate and forecast costs with the Copilot Studio Agent Usage Estimator. Based on where the agent is built or deployed, IT admins have comprehensive coverage for agent cost controls. For agents in Microsoft 365 surfaces like Microsoft 365 Copilot, Teams, SharePoint, we have the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. And for agents built in Copilot Studio, we have the Power Platform Admin Center. In this session, we will do a deep dive into both experiences. Agents can be built using the Microsoft 365 Copilot Embedded Agent Builder, which is powered by Copilot Studio, or they can be built directly in Copilot Studio first, depending on the requirements and complexity of the agent solution. Now, all agents built in Microsoft 365 Copilot can be managed in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, which provides a rich set of governance capabilities along with options of using PayGo for Copilot chat users. And agents created in Copilot Studio directly can continue to be managed in the Power Platform Admin Center. And to help you feel comfortable, confident, and grounded with agent cost control functionality, we're going to help bring it to life with a number of demos. Take it away, Isha.
Thank you, Kendra. Hi, I'm Isha Sahni, Principal Product Manager, leading the Copilot Pay-As-You-Go experience in Microsoft 365 Admin Center for Copilot Chat. In this walkthrough, we will explore how Pay-As-You-Go billing works, including how to set up billing policies at the department level using security groups. Once a billing policy is in place, I will show you how to monitor consumption and, most importantly, how to gain granular cost control by setting budget limits at the department levels. Here is what we will cover in the next few minutes. Begin with an overview of the licensing models available for Copilot Chat, demonstrate how to configure departmental billing policies in Microsoft 365 Admin Center, walk through the process of setting budget limits within a billing policy, explain how to monitor message consumption and evaluate agent usage, introduce an upcoming capability that enables the use of message consumption capacity pack directly in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. We'll also go through a preview, a new feature, agent-level billing policy setup, control for enhanced governance and granularity. M365 Copilot Chat Business Model. Microsoft 365 includes Copilot Chat for free. It's built into the experience and ready to use for everyone. No setup, no extra cost. Just start chatting. We also have enabled pay-as-you-go, PG, to unlock powerful agents that solve real business problems without needing to license every user. It's flexible, scalable, and perfect for teams that want to explore and innovate. Built at 0.01 cent per message through Azure. No upfront purchase is required, just linked to an Azure subscription. Last but not the least, we have assigned Copilot licenses to users to unlock the complete suite of capabilities across Microsoft 365 apps, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams. This is the richest, most integrated experience we offer. With a $30 per user per month license, each user gets full access to build and manage Copilot, available via your Microsoft licensing provider or the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Back in March, we enabled pay-as-you-go for Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat at tenant level. Shortly after we began receiving questions from customers asking, how can we enable pay-as-you-go for specific departments? Can we restrict pay-as-you-go access to a defined set of users? As adoption of Copilot Chat expanded across departments, usage began to scale rapidly, especially with multiple agents running in parallel. This raised important operational questions. How do we cross-charge usage across departments? How do we manage PG access at a more granular level? The new department-level billing policy feature in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center addresses these challenges. It allows organizations to assign PG access to specific departments or user groups, set budget limits, and enforce billing policies, gain visibility into message consumption and agent usage, enable more granular governance and cost control. Billing for Copilot Chat just got smarter. You can now create billing policies that not only track usage by department or group, but also gives you control over who gets access to Copilot Chat. This means costs stay on track and only the right users are included in pay-as-you-go billing. Here is how to set it up. Start by going to Copilot, Billing and Usage, and then select Add a Billing Policy. Give your policy a name, choose the right subscription details, and then select Next. Pick the group this policy applies to, select Next, and then create policy. Now head over to the Pay-as-you-go Services tab. Choose Microsoft 365 Copilot Chat, select the billing policy, and then hit Save. That's it. You are now ready to manage, access, and track spending. Budget limits at billing policy level. As Copilot chat adoption grows across departments, organizations need granular cost controls to manage usage and prevent budget overruns. Budget limits at the billing policy level allow admins to enforce financial discipline while enabling innovation through pay-as-you-go access. Let's look at the demo on how admins will be able to set up budget limits at billing policy level. In the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, go to the left navigation pane under Copilot, then select Billing and Usage. Create a new billing policy. Click on Add a billing policy to begin the setup. Enter billing details. Provide the following: a policy name, Azure subscription, resource group, and region. Then click Next. Assign security group. Choose the specific security group for which this policy will apply. Example, UK Human Resources. Set budget limits. Enter the budget amount. Choose the reset frequency. Is it monthly, quarterly, or annually? Configure notifications. Select the group to receive email alerts. Define your alert thresholds. Example, 50% or 100% for proactive governance. Review and create. After reviewing all inputs, create your billing policy. Now let's go to monitor budget usage. On the billing policy page, view the percentage of budget consumed. Under the budget tab, track actual cost that is incurred. Edit budget limits. To adjust thresholds or add new alerts, go to the Limits tab. Example, add a 50% alert threshold and click Save. Tracking message consumption and agent usage is essential for organizations using PageE Copilot services. These reports provide visibility into how AI resources are being used across departments and users, enabling cost transparency, understand where and how Copilot usage is driving spend. Optimization, identify high usage agents. Governance, ensure responsible AI use aligned with your organizational policies. These insights empower your admins to manage Copilot adoption with precision and accountability. Now let's look at analytics for consumption metrics for pay-as-you-go agent experiences. We are previewing a new report to help admins manage agent cost for build messages that are PageE-enabled for Copilot Chat. This report will have near real-time alerts for high-consumption users who have exceeded a certain number of build messages over the last 30 days. If there are users that have exceeded 2,000 build messages in the past 30 days, which is about $20 value of the M365 Copilot license, admin will see an alert card with a link to the user details section in the report. They can export and share with admins, and they can take the decision to assign Copilot licenses for high users. Cumulative trends show total build messages and daily trend over the selected reporting filter. There are drill downs of build messages on per user, per agent, per user plus per agent level. We are soon going to preview a new report that addresses some of the top asks we have heard from our customers about agent metrics. Single view for agent usage across licensed and unlicensed M365 Copilot users. It will have a drill down for which agents are used by which users in your organization and lower latency for data updates. Details section will have drill downs of agent usage at user level, agent level, and agent plus user pair level. Each row in the user level will show the licensing state and count of agent used and agent responses. Usernames are anonymized by default, but global admins can change the setting in M365 Admin Center to show usernames in clear text. Agent level details break out agent used by name, count of active users, and if they were licensed or unlicensed. Message Consumption Capacity Pack in M365 Admin Center. Global admins can view and enable the Message Capacity Pack option if the pack is available for your organization. These capacity packs are designed to support Microsoft 365 Copilot chat usage. To activate and use a capacity pack, pay as you go must be enabled in your organization. Once enabled, admin can allocate message capacity to department or groups, helping manage usage and cost more effectively. Agent level billing policy setup. Microsoft 365 Copilot will soon support agent level billing policy configuration within the Microsoft 365 Admin Center, enabling granular cost governance for organizations using the pay as you go model. Admins can associate specific agents with billing policies, allowing them to track usage at the agent level, enforce tighter governance and access control for high cost or high impact agents. This setup is especially useful for organizations deploying multiple Copilot agents across departments or different business units. To configure agent level billing, navigate to the Billing and Usage section in M365 Admin Center, create or edit a billing policy, and assign agents to the billing policy. Now you know how to configure agent level billing. Next, let's hear from Amiya about Copilot Studio, Pay as you go in Power Platform Admin Center. Take it away, Amiya.
I'm Amiya Patra, Principal Product Manager focused on licensing and capacity management for Power Platform and Copilot Studio. In this walkthrough, we'll show how to track, manage, and control your Microsoft 365 Copilot message capacity uses through Power Platform Admin Center or PPAC. We'll cover how prepaid and pay-as-you-go model work, how to monitor consumption, and most importantly, how to gain granular control, including agent-level limits. Here is what we'll cover in the next few minutes. We'll start with an overview of licensing models supported for Copilot Studio. Then we'll show how to track capacity usage in the Admin Center. Next, we'll walk through managing prepaid license packs. After that, we'll explain how to manage overages with pay-as-you-go. We'll explore the latest capability, agent-level usage control for detailed governance. Let's go over the different licensing options available for Copilot Studio. Copilot Studio usage messages as a common unit of usage across all its capabilities, with flexible choice available through pay-as-you-go meters or message pack subscription. Copilot Studio offers 3 licensing options to give you flexibility based on your usage. First, for more predictable usage, there is a message pack option. It's a $200 per tenant per month for 25,000 messages. You can buy it directly in Microsoft 365 Admin Center as an add-on. The message pack is applied at the tenant level and you can buy multiple packs as needed. The second option, there is a pay-as-you-go plan, great for unpredictable or low volume usage. You pay 1 cent per message and it is billed through Azure by linking your environment to an Azure subscription. No upfront purchase is needed on this one. Lastly, Copilot Studio is also included in Microsoft 365 Copilot license, which is a $30 per user per month. This gives each licensed user full access to build, manage Copilot. It is available via your Microsoft licensing provider or in the Microsoft 365 Admin Center. Agents built in Copilot Studio for Microsoft Teams, SharePoint, and Microsoft 365 Copilots are included at no extra cost. Each plan offers flexibility depending on how you want to scale and control your Copilot Studio usage. Now let's talk about where admins manage all this. Before we go over how to track and manage capacity, I want to quickly touch on an important foundational concept in Power Platform that you'll hear referenced throughout the demo, and that's the concept of environment. In Power Platform, environments act as a container that help you organize, manage, and share business data, apps, flows, and other resources. They are especially useful when you need to separate workload, whether that is by department, role, security requirements, or target audiences. Environments also provide a clear boundary for enforcing governance policies such as data residency, security controls, application lifecycle management. They are created under a Microsoft Entra ID tenant, which means only users within that tenant can access resources inside the environment. From a capacity perspective, environment becomes particularly powerful because admins can allocate pre-purchased resources like Dataverse storage or Copilot message pack to a specific environment or business unit, giving you full control over how capacity is distributed and used across your organization. After you have purchased a capacity pack or enabled pay-as-you-go and your users have started using agents, the next question is, how do you track your Copilot Studio's capacity usage? As more departments begin using Copilot Studio, usage quickly adds up, especially when multiple agents are running in different environments simultaneously. Organizations often reach a point where questions start coming in. Are you within our prepaid limit? Who is consuming the most capacity? Are we trending towards overage? This is where the Power Platform Admin Center becomes essential. Now let's talk about how to track your Copilot Studio capacity consumption in the Admin Center. Inside PPAC Licensing Hub, there is a dedicated capacity usage section with rich insight just for Copilot Studio. Here, admins can see how many billing plans are configured, track total prepaid capacity purchased versus used, monitor month-to-date usage and compare that against the previous months, identify top consuming environments. They can also view consumption across all their environments. You can drill down into an environment to see agent-level consumption across all agents deployed in this specific environment. This gives full transparency whether you are using prepaid, pay-go, or you are using both. Now let's talk about managing capacity packs, starting with prepaid message packs. If an organization buys prepaid Copilot Studio capacity, can they control where and how this capacity is getting used? And what happens when the different departments like HR, marketing are all using Copilot in separate environments? Prepaid capacity gives organization powerful control over usage. Once message packs are purchased, admins can go into a Power Platform Admin Center and assign message capacity to a specific environment. These environments often map to department or business unit like marketing, HR, or customer support. Once assigned, capacity becomes environment specific and are isolated. That means if marketing has 50,000 messages allocated, HR cannot dip into it, even if they run out of it. This is especially useful in organizations with chargeback model or cost accountability, where each team owns its own budget. In Licensing Hub, in Power Platform Admin Center, admin gets a comprehensive view of prepaid capacity. How much capacity is assigned per environment, how much has already been consumed, whether the environment is on track or approaching overage. And the best part, you can take action based on this insight. You can relocate capacity across environment if some teams are underutilizing, temporarily shift capacity to high demand departments, or pull unassigned tenantable capacity if needed. It is all built for flexibility without compromising controls. Everything happens in Power Platform Admin Center, no extra cost. Whether you are managing 5 environments or 50 environment, this setup gives you predictable, isolated, scalable capacity management within the visibility and agility built in. Usage can spike during certain seasons or business cycles. As an admin, it is important to plan ahead. If your prepaid capacity runs out and there is no pay-go plan configured as a backup, agents will stop responding. That's why it is essential to monitor usage proactively and set up fallback billing plans in advance. You don't want to find out enforcement kicked in only after users start reporting failures. Planning ahead helps ensure uninterrupted service and better user experience. Here is this in this example, my demo environment is in overage. As you see, the demo environment is in overage. I go over here and see the environment is in overage. Now, as a maker, I try to publish one of my agent onto the environment which is in overage. Then what will see, the system doesn't allow me to do so. As I try to publish this agent, the system doesn't allow me to publish because this environment is already in overage. How do you address this overage? If an environment uses up its prepaid allocation, there are two options. Choose option of drawing down from the tenant available capacity, that's one of the options. Or you can burst into the pay-as-you-go using a billing policy linked to Azure subscription. Now let's talk about how pay-as-you-go setup works. In order to set up pay-as-you-go, you would need access to an Azure subscription. You need to create a billing plan which acts as a link between an environment and an Azure subscription. You set that up in Power Platform Admin Center. You can track your Copilot Studio message usage across all your environments and drill down on consumption by product, by agent, and by feature in Power Platform Admin Center. You can view billing charges, set spending alerts in Azure portal using Azure Cost Management. As I mentioned, first we need to have an Azure subscription that we can link for billing. If you already have one in your tenant, great. Just make sure you have owner or contributor permission. If not, you can create a new one by heading to the Azure portal. You also need permission to create resource and register your resource providers. If you are missing this, check with your Azure administrator. For this demo, I already have my Azure subscription set up. Let's quickly verify it. Over here, if you see, I have my Azure subscription. I do have my owner permission. I can also see all my resource group, and I do have owner permission on these resource groups. Now let's create the billing plan and link that billing plan to the Azure subscription. There are two options to get into the billing plan page. There are two entry points. Once you get into the billing plan page, it lists down all the billing plans which are already created. It provides the status of the individual billing plans, the name of the Azure subscription to which the billing plan is linked to. It also provides the other resource attributes. Select new billing plan, select the appropriate option. In this case, I am selecting Azure subscription, which is the first option. Provide the billing plan a meaningful name. The next, you select the appropriate Azure subscription. If you don't have Azure subscription, go and check in the Azure portal. You select the resource group. This is where the Power Platform account resource will get created. Then from here, select the appropriate Power Platform product for which you want to enable the meter. Now from here, select the environment. Remember, only production and sandbox environment can be linked to a billing plan. Then pick the environment which you want to connect. If an environment is already linked to another billing plan policy, you will be prompted to confirm if you want to switch it over. Once the selections are ready, click Next and create the billing plan policy. Now you can refresh this billing plan page to see the newly created billing plan created and listed and verify the required details. You can view the billing in Azure Cost Management. Over here, I am in Cost Management in Azure. I clicked on Cost Analysis. Over here, I have created a view for myself. In this view, I can view the billing. I can select appropriate meter. I can have different filters for my liking, and I can view my billing in Azure Cost Management, as you can see over here. Until now, the capacity allocation, pay-as-you-go billing have been managed at the environment level. But what happens when you have multiple agents operating within the same environment? A common and growing request from customers has been the ability to track and manage usage at individual agent level, not just at the environment level. In response to this feedback, we are rolling out a new update in the Power Platform Admin Center. Admins will soon be able to define the monthly consumption limit for each agent, regardless of whether this environment is using prepaid capacity or set up for pay-as-you-go. Now let's look at something new, the agent level message limit. We are introducing a new page in the Admin Center Licensing Hub to manage agents. This page is linked from the tenant view page. Inside Licensing Hub, you can now view all Copilot Studio agents across your tenant. See configured message limit if any. You can see the month to date usage. You also have an option to search for agent and view which environment these agents belong to. You can get status of the agent whether nearing limit, over limit, or within the limit. From here, you would able to set a limit for the agent. Let's say that you notice a particular agent is consuming far more capacity than expected, then you can set a monthly limit for this agent. If the agent is in a prepaid capacity pack environment, it must stay within that pool. If it is a pay-go environment, then you can set any limit. It will be built accordingly. You also have an option to make the agent off from this console. Once the limits are in place, you can configure two guardrails. The first one is the notification. This acts more like a soft guardrail. Environment admins as well as tenant admins will receive email alerts when agent usage approaches the defined limit. This is the soft guardrail. The other option, you can go for hard enforcement. This is a hard stop. The agents will automatically get disabled once it hits the set limit. Again, these guardrails are optional. You can opt into either one or both depending on your governance needs. So this update helps you in staying on budget, prevent any surprise overages, and maintain clear accountability across your organization. To summarize, admins now have the powerful tools to manage their Copilot Studio message consumption. You can track prepaid versus pay-as-you-go consumption, monitor usage in real time, and even set agent-specific limit. In the new licensing hub, it makes easy to spot risk, adjust proactively, and enforce any smart guardrails. Now I'll pass it over to Kendra, who will walk us through the Agent Consumption Estimator.
Today, I'm excited to introduce a new tool designed to bring clarity and confidence to your agent cost planning process, the new Copilot Studio Agent Message Usage Estimator. The Agent Message Usage Estimator helps you forecast your agent's monthly message volume. Whether you're just getting started or scaling up, this tool gives you a clearer picture of how your agent's configuration impacts message consumption. You can choose from different licensing options, agent types, and the features your agent uses to respond to your end users. And based on your selections, the estimator shows the expected message consumption, giving you a monthly estimate for a single agent. Keep in mind, this isn't a pricing calculator. It doesn't guarantee final costs or predict your total monthly expenses, but it does give you a solid starting point. Access the estimator directly from the Power Platform Admin Center, from within Copilot Studio on the home page, in the Copilot Studio Billing tab on the marketing side, and coming soon, the Copilot Studio Azure pricing page. Let's see it in action. Let's start by choosing how I'd like to estimate my message usage. You can estimate in two ways, based on common trends and assumptions, or based on your agent's actual message volume and type. Next, I'll complete how much agent traffic my agent will get. This number is calculated from the number of users that have access to this agent and how often they will interact with the agent per month. This is just an estimation based on the scenarios your agent supports and current trends for your organization today. Then select whether your agent is internal facing for employees or external facing for customers or partners. I'll select employee facing, and then I'm able to add if any of my employees have a Microsoft 365 Copilot license. This is important because Copilot licenses include a lot of capabilities and therefore do not require additional message consumption billing. Then select your orchestration. Are you using generative, which allows your agent to choose the best actions, knowledge, and topics to answer user queries or respond to event triggers? Or are you using classic orchestration, which leverages keyword matching in trigger phrases to trigger topics? Now it's time to estimate the usage driven by knowledge retrieval. Agents can answer questions for your users or take action to complete tasks on their behalf. The percentage here is forecasting how much traffic will be Q&A based traffic. Then, of these responses requiring knowledge, how much of these responses are coming from tenant graph grounded data versus other knowledge sources like files, websites, or Dataverse. Keep in mind that tenant graph grounded knowledge is only applicable for employee-facing agents. We use intelligent completion to derive that the remaining traffic to your agent will be task-based requests, and I can then confirm if any of the scenarios my agent supports require an agent flow, and how often these scenarios occur each month. Then I can configure how many, if any, autonomous triggers my agent has configured. And just like agent flows, I will then configure how often this trigger occurs monthly, how many agent actions the trigger uses, and if the trigger uses deep reasoning or flows. Lastly, I'm able to provide details about optional modifiers. These are features that can add additional message consumption when used in an agent. Today, the only optional modifier available is prompt tools. Once you select that your agent does use a prompt tool, you can then select which model or models your prompt tools leverage and how often each of them will occur. Now, I just ran you through an employee-facing agent that leveraged generative orchestration and other features available in Copilot Studio. However, to get started, all you really need to know is what type of solution you are building, about how many users will interact with it and how often, and what's the percentage of traffic requiring knowledge versus task automation. Go ahead and try it for your scenario today. Now, you can make informed decisions using data-driven trends and customizable inputs. It's easier than ever to understand the impact of your agent's features and communicate the cost across departments. The Message Usage Estimator is now available in public preview and available in all regions where Copilot Studio is supported. Try it today and take the guesswork out of your planning. Go to aka.ms/copilotstudioestimator. What an action-packed session. Let's do a quick recap of what you just saw. First, we introduced the concept of agent cost controls to track, manage, and estimate the consumptive patterns of agents. As an integrated part of the Copilot control system, agent cost controls are key to cost management and control across both the Microsoft 365 Admin Center and the Power Platform Admin Center. With an array of flexible billing options to fit your needs, including prepaid message packs, pay-go, and Copilot licenses. Second, we learned about some of the controls in Microsoft 365 Admin Center, where we saw Smart Billing, which are department-level billing policies to enable scoped access and budget limits and usage tracking. We saw Insightful Analytics, which are real-time reports, and agent-level metrics, which support cost control and responsible AI governance. Third, we also saw agent cost controls in Power Platform Admin Center, where we learned about allocation and billing setup, where IT admins can monitor consumption patterns across environments and adjust capacity distribution. Within environments, they're able to act as the primary unit for allocation and management. We saw capacity limits, which enable tracking and enforcing message usage at the granularity of agent, along with automatic triggers like warning notifications and shutoffs when limits are reached. Finally, we saw how the Agent Message Usage Estimator can create customized estimates based on licensing options and feature usage to forecast message consumption. Thank you for coming to the session. To learn more about getting started with Microsoft 365 Copilot, Copilot Studio, or Dataverse, check out some of the links below. Thank you. See you next time.